Hello everybody, I am KelsiThePyrofly, one of the creators of the Find the Button Extreme Block Edition map. And this is the tutorial for that map. So hopefully if you're here, it means you've downloaded the map, you're playing it, and you probably got stuck, because honestly, it's a pretty evil map. Now if you haven't played the map, I highly recommend that you stop watching this video, go down to the description below, click on the download link that I have provided, and download the map for yourself so that you can try it out. If you haven't already played the map, I recommend that you don't watch this video because I will be providing hints and solutions for all of the levels in the map, so you're going to spoil it for yourself if you do that. So I kindly ask you to not do that. We like people to play our maps legitimately. That being said, let's get this thing started. So as you might expect from something called Block Edition, all of the levels are based on a certain block in Minecraft. And the format is going to be the number of the level and the name of the block it's based on, and there will be a button to teleport you to it. As you can see, these carpets here are color-coded by what we consider to be the relative difficulty of the levels, but chances are they're all somewhat horrible. So without further ado, let's begin with level 1, the wood level. Alright, so here we are. As you can see, you've got a fairly large chest set made entirely out of wood. So, before I tell you the solution, I am going to give you a couple of hints. And you're welcome to pause at any point during the video to try to figure out the rest on your own. But if the 2 hints are insufficient to help you, I will be providing the solutions as well. So, hint number 1 for this level is that this level will require you to find a lever before you find a button. That's hint number 1. Alright, hint number 2 is that the lever is on the white side and the button is on the black side. Have you figured it out yet? If not, that's okay. Here's the solution. So what you're going to want to do is facing in this direction here, you're going to want to go to the far right of the white side, and you're going to want to go to this rook right here and find the lever. So now what's kind of annoying about this lever is it's possible that it will actually be in the down position when you find it. So just to be sure, flip it twice or until you see the block place thing pop up on your chat. If you have that turned off for some reason, just flip it a couple times to make sure that you've activated the command block behind it. After you've activated the lever, you can head on over to the black side, and the button is going to be right over here at this pawn in the opposite corner. And the button is going to be right in this hole. However, if you have not activated the lever, this block will still be here and you will not be able to see this button at all. So be sure to hit the lever first. And that's level 1. Pretty simple, but it only gets harder from here. Alrighty, level 2 will be the Prismarine level. And you're going to spawn right here with this giant Prismarine building. So the first hint for this level is that once again there will be a lever and a button, and the lever is hidden in plain sight. And as you can see right here, if you just walk right in, you have your lever right here on the Guardian's eyeball. That is your first hint. Your second hint is that the button is not in this building. Have you figured it out yet? If not, here's the solution. First thing you need to do is head inside the building and press the lever on the Guardian's eyeball. You should get the message you hear a block move. Next, you need to head all the way back outside, take a right, and you will find that a hole has opened up right over here with the button in it. And that's all there is to it. Okay, here we go. On to level 3, the bookshelf level. For this level, you are literally going to spawn in a gigantic bookshelf. And I have to say, I'm fairly proud of this build, if I do say so myself. So, your first hint for this is that before you can find the real button, you're going to have to find a secondary button first. Alright, so, for that secondary button, it is going to be around the sides somewhere. In one of the corners. I forget which one it is exactly, but you'll be able to just go and look around until you find it. Okay, right here. It's in this corner on the Prismarine. So you're going to press that button, and you'll get the message, you hear a page turn. Alright, hint number 2 is that there's going to be some parkour involved. Have you figured it out yet? If not, here's the solution coming your way. When you get the message you hear a page turn, it will have opened up this little area. Before you press the button, you will have been able to see a little hole here, but it's not until you press that button that this block opens up. So the first thing you need to do is make your way through the maze. And I don't exactly know how this works, what the right way to go is, so I'm just going to wander around it here a little bit. You will find some buttons like these. They're fake and they're just there to annoy you. The button is not inside of the books. Alright. Once you make it through the book maze, you'll come out on top of this yellow book. So what you're going to have to do is jump over to this side onto the blue book, and then just do a little bit of basic parkour. You'll jump down to here, go through some books, jump up and around, climb some ladders. Once you make it to the parkour, it's pretty obvious where you need to go from there. And then you're going to jump over to here, climb up here, go to the red book, climb these stairs, and you can't go any further, so as you might expect at this point, the button will be here, right in front of you. And that's it for the bookshelf level. Alrighty, level 4, the stone-based level. Now when you get to this level, you might start saying, this is getting a little difficult. And you'd be right. I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, this is a stone button in a stone level. It's probably about as annoying as it sounds. Alright, so the first hint I'm going to give you for this level is that the button is not in the side that has these buildings. It's not in these buildings, and it's not on this side. That is hint number 1. And hint number 2 will be check the walls. Alright, if you haven't found it yet, here's the solution. Find the blacksmith building. It's the least dilapidated of all of the buildings. And then what you want to do is walk straight across from that. And you're going to be looking around in this corner here. So what you need to do is climb up this way and then kind of make your way down and around. And I'm not sure you had to climb up that way, but somehow you need to make it into this little hole. And I think that's the easiest way, is to just climb up there and get down into this little hole. And the button is going to be in here. It's pretty hard to see, but it's actually right back here in this corner. Once you've located it, all you have to do is press it. Alright, level 5 is the sand-based level. And as you might expect, it is located in a desert. Okay, so your first hint for this level is that there are actually hints hidden in the level itself. Look for them. Your second hint is that the button is not in the pyramid. If you haven't figured it out yet, here's the solution. First, I'd like to point out the two hints. They are actually both located over here in this pretty unassuming little booth. What on earth? I just heard a weird sound. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, what you're going to find is in this chest is a book, and in the book is this. If you look closely, you'll see that it spells parkour backwards. That's a hint. And your other hint is a little more obvious, and it's in the form of this map right here. This is a map of the level. And you can't see a lot in this map, but if you look really closely, you can see that there's a little red X right down here above this tree. And that is directly over the location of the button. And if you look up, if you have your render distance high enough, you can sometimes actually see it in the sky as well. I don't know if I can right now or not. Yep, there it is. You can just see it loading in up there. You probably wouldn't notice if you're not looking for it, but that is the location of the button. So what you need to do is get up on that tree. And the way you're going to go about this is you're going to start over here. You're going to parkour up this cactus with apparently a corner jump. I'm bad at those, so give me a moment. Alright, so you're going to parkour up the cactus, jump onto the roof, jump onto the next cactus, jump onto the tree. I promise the jump's possible, but I don't feel like going back and doing them all over again. I can't jump, guys. It's the truth. Jump onto the tree, and then you should be able to go a little bit higher, and the button, it will be right here on the top. Okie dokie, level 6, the mushroom level. And as you can see, we've officially moved into the orange category, so we could be getting a little bit harder here. This is going to spawn you in this epic-looking mushroom forest. Your first hint for this level is that the button is right where you'd expect it to be, on the giant mushroom in the middle of the level. If you look at this thing, you will see that it actually has eyeballs. So it's pretty hard to miss. And hint number 2 is that the eyeballs are there for a reason. Alright, if you haven't figured it out yet, here's the beef. To find the button, you don't actually have to go inside the mushroom, but rather you have to parkour up the outside. And you will find that the eyes actually are important because you will need them to get to the proper place. Once again, ignore my sorry excuse for parkour. So this block here particularly is important for you to get where you need to go. So once you're up to this spot, what you need to do is jump over to the rim of the cap. And then from the way you were facing, you're going to take a left. And you're going to find one long place that's in front of the face, and then you're going to need to go around to this other long platform, and this is where you're going to need to make your jump. What you're going to want to do is jump for this spot right here, and then you're going to want to take a left, and the button will be right up here in this little hole. Okay, level 7, the ice level. Your first hint for this level is that you need to find a cave. Your second hint is that the button will be behind some lava. If you haven't figured it out yet, here is the solution. The cave is pretty easy to find. It's this thing right here with the quartz. It's actually pretty obvious. You're going to find the cave entrance, And you're going to go inside. And you're going to find that there's some lava and some parkour and some really horrible stuff in here. So what you're going to want to do is jump down to here. And then onto this one. And then down here, and you're going to find the button is right here in the corner. But it's very difficult to see if you're not at the right angle to see it. But once you've found it, all you have to do is press it. It's not that hard to reach. Okay, on to the last orange level. Level 8, Netherrack. Your first hint for this level is that you do not have to jump into lava to find the button. So it's not going to be under any of the lava pools. Let me just save you the agony. Hint number 2. The button actually is behind lava. But once again, you do not have to get burned to get the button. Alright, here's the solution. What you're going to be going for here is this large lava fall right here. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make your way down to this level and then proceed on down to the bottom until you find this enormous lava fall. It's the biggest one. It's pretty hard to miss. And what you're going to do is go on the opposite side of the one I was just on. You're going to go around this way, and you're going to need to sneak into this little crevice right behind it. And the button is going to be right up here in this little hole, and it will be very difficult to see if you're not looking for it. So if you found this one without help, congratulations, you're pretty boss. Alrighty, level 9, Endstone. This is the Endstone level. It's an end-like environment with a giant end mansion in the middle. Your first hint is that this level has multiple parts, and the first part is inside of the mansion. Your next hint is that the second part is in a cave. Alright, here's the solution. The first thing you have to do is go inside of the End Palace, take a right into the library, and press this somewhat obvious lever right here. And you will hear some blocks move. That's what it says. You hear some blocks move. The next thing you need to do is find the fallen tower right here, and that will have opened a way underneath it. Now this would not and will not become available until you press that button to open this up. And you need to head down into the cave. So what you're going to do is you're going to count these little stone things that hang down. This is the first one right here, and this is the second one. And what you want to do is go around here to the second one and find this little hole in the ceiling where there's a button. You need to press it. You hear a stone door open slowly. Now, in order to get out of this area, you're going to need to throw yourself into the lava. This will result in your death, and it will either send you back to the main room if you haven't set your spawn point, or it will respawn you in the level if you did remember to set it. So now that you've pressed the button inside the cave, the next thing you're going to need to do is look for the right tower, because the final button is going to be in one of the towers. So here's the fallen over tower, and right behind it is a tower that's standing straight up, and you can actually walk in behind it, and since you press the button inside the cave, a door is actually open right here. So you can climb the ladder, and the button will be on the side opposite the ladder. You can press it, and you will be teleported back to the main room. Alright, on to the final level, level 10, the ore level, and this will also be the one to unlock the bonus level. And this is most likely the hardest level of them all. You're in a cave with a bunch of ores. Alright, your first hint for this level is that the button is near something green. It may be grass, it may be leaves, but it's near something green. Your second hint is that it is behind some water. Alright, if you've managed to find this thing, you're pretty amazing because it's incredibly evil. If you haven't managed to find it yet, here's the solution. You want to be in the starting area. If you're completely lost and can't get back to the starting area, feel free to kill yourself and return so that you can be properly oriented. Once you're in the starting area, you want to turn around to face the redstone and the coal, and you're going to head down this passage here. And this is the waterfall in question. To find the button, all you have to do is step in here, and it will be right in this hole, right back in this little crevice. And that's really all there is to it. Not too hard to find if you know where it is. If you don't know, it's probably nearly impossible. And once you have completed that level, it will place a button to the bonus level. So let's just head right on into that. And here we are, the bonus level, Button-ception. There's wood buttons and stone buttons, giant buttons, and if you go inside, each button is filled with other buttons. It's pretty crazy stuff. Alright, so your first hint is you don't have to press all of the buttons. You don't have to press them all. There's a better way to do this. Second hint, the real button is not actually inside one of these at all. It is somewhere else. Alright, here's the solution. Face the sign so that you can read it, and then turn around. Then go around back to the back of the stone button you are now facing, and you will find that the real button is actually right up here in the corner. And yes, you can reach that. You just have to time it just perfect. There. Bonus level completed. And that's the entire map, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to let me know that by either leaving a comment on this video or on whatever page you found the map on. And let me know if you want to see more maps like this. Goodbye.